Hey guys, so we're back for another video, and this is another comic page. It's actually a brand new comic of mine. It is called Mutations, which I'll explain in a second. So kind of one reason why I've been lacking on doing actual videos, not just studio vlogs or shorts, is I've opened up a small business, so I've been trying to work on that. To be honest, I'm kind of failing at it, so I'm trying to get better and improve, so it's a slow process, so that's one reason why. But I'm gonna start trying to actually get videos out every week, every 1 to 2 weeks if possible. That is my goal. And then already the next drawing is actually going to be another character drawing of mine from one of my other stories called Shadows. It'll be the main character, so she's coming up next. But for this little video, so Mutations is essentially you have little animals and you turn into them. That's the basic concept. So, the trainers, or I guess the bonders, whatever you want to call them, are actual, have a special bracelet. And the little animals actually are able to go into the bracelet and they kind of mutate. So the way I explain it in the story is that the animals are there for instinct and the people are there for thought. So you kind of have to work together and trust one another that you're doing it properly. So right here we have a Theriznosaur, because I have 3 different types of animals, or groups. So we have dinosaurs. You have your normal animals, your everyday animals that we see here today on Earth, and you also have mythological animals. So for example, so right here we have a Theriznosaur versus a Velociraptor. So the Velociraptor is actually definitely one of the main characters. Actually, her name is Kana. She's a feisty little animal, which we'll see here in a couple minutes, the other 2 that go with her. But so yeah, she's one of my main characters, and her name is actually used in other places throughout my stories. I'd like to reuse some same elements in different stories and just kind of conform it to that story. So, but that's what this one is. So her trainer is actually a guy. So the way I have it is that if you're a girl, you have 2 males and 1 female animal, and then if you're a guy, you have 2 girls and 1 boy. Again, that is because of my other stories. That is why I did it that way. So, but whenever you transform, whenever the human gender is what the animal's gender would be, I guess, if you just want to go that way. So, I know it's kind of odd, but that's just the way I have it worked out. So I was I'm happy with it. I think it's exciting and fun, so I'm I'm gonna go with it. But her colors, so these colors with this one character, this Theriznosaur, and I really didn't even think this was a boy or girl. I guess a boy. His trainer is, no, this will have to be a girl because I have a bull involved, which a bull's a male. So her trainer is actually just some random ass character I created. He has really no significance, at least not at this time. So their colors were just kind of randomly created because I'm I just need something, and this is kind of what I came up with. So I have a blue, gray, and pink for their colors. And then these colors, Kana's, because she is one of my main characters, she has actually specific colors which actually pertain to another character of mine called Kanan. He is in my story Arlathia, and he's actually one of my main males. So her colors are orange, yellow, and a light brown, which we'll see her eventually. But right now, yeah, so we're just kind of just drawing this out. I just wanted to have almost a fight scene-esque type of thing. If it was a TV show, I was trying to look for more almost a cinematic kind of feel. So kind of the versus thing where it's the split screen, if you will. So that's why I kind of have them both kind of prompt and ready to go for the fight, is what's happening. And you'll see on this panel at the bottom right, you can kind of see a little bit of it, of them actually attacking. But when I was drawing this, I didn't want to do a whole bunch of detail just because I knew later on I was going to redraw it. So there's that bottom panel. So you kind of see a somewhat cinematic appeal is what I was trying to go for. That's just the line art. I don't like to record it because I just think it's boring to do. So I just don't want to record it. Okay, so here's the colors. But you can kind of see the colors that I was doing for their markers. So again, this character that I am actually about to color, I was having fun with his colors. They don't mean anything. I was just let's have some fun. So I made up a bunch of random ass colors. I'm not gonna lie. And when I was coloring their little mutations, I suppose, the little animals, I just did a very basic 1 color situation because I was they're so small, I'm not putting in a whole bunch of detail. Here you can see how I did that too, where I have a very basic coloring going on, where there's shadow and stuff, but it's not anything super crazy, plus nobody's up close. So that's just the way I was doing it because I was like, I'm not gonna put too much effort for something that's so far away. Like even the stands right here that I'm coloring right now, again, they're just so far away. I'm like, I'm not putting in a whole bunch of detail. And those black squiggle lines, whatever you want to call them, are actually people. Again, not the main focus. They're just kind of there. That's why I have those words there, like the ooh, the yay, the raw, that kind of thing, just showing that there is a crowd there without me like putting too much attention because I was more focused on the two people in these panels. So, but yeah. So what the panel I'm coloring now, that's Casey. He's actually one of my main guys in all my other stories. He's actually Kanan's human version. So, and then actually, so right there on his shoulder, that is Kane, his bird. She's in other stories as well with a name. And then the dog, of course, is actually Kanan. So I made him like an actual like dog character. He is actually a greyhound. So with these animals though, they're all the same size because I didn't want to have anything like super size differentiated. I was trying to keep it the same, especially because like there's larger and smaller animals, so I just want them all to stay the same size. So that's why they all look like they're the same size. Obviously, it's not gonna be like super perfect size-wise, but like you get the idea. Because like the guys I'm coloring here now are all pretty much the same size because they're next to each other. So that means he's got a Therizinosaur, an owl bear, and a bull. So again, the bull's a male and the other two are females. That's just the way I have it worked out for me personally. I was going back and forth and kind of using the same colors everywhere just so I didn't have to do a constant switching all the time. I was like, let me just get these kind of colored in as together just to make it easier on myself. But I mean, this was definitely interesting. I think one of the harder parts I'm really going to have with this is figuring out what the animals are. That is going to be like the hardest part, especially with these like random characters I have. I'm going to have to like figure out like all these like specific animals I'm going to do and like all this stuff. So I'm like, ugh. And when I actually like show the fights and stuff, that's going to be a whole nother situation because I also have the elements too. So I got to involve the elements in this. It's going to be a mess. So like Canis, for example, the raptor, well actually all three of Casey's animals have the same elements. That was also the point, that they all share the same elements. So, which for my elements, so her colors are actually going to be metal because she's orange. The yellow is actually like lightning / thunder, I suppose. And then the light brown is magic. And then like his colors, Adam's colors is, I think what I called him was Adam. What did I call him? Yeah, Adam. I don't know. Again, a random ass name. I have no idea. So he's got like the powerhouse team. So that means his team's like more like the powerful side. Casey's characters are like your speed characters. I guess you have like your agility characters because Celestin is actually my cat character in Arlathea. So, and like his counterpart is actually named Sean. He'll show up later on. So he's going to be like the agile character. And then Mira, in this one is going to be Mira. Myra is her bat alternative in Arlathea. She's more of the power, I suppose, if you will, because I feel like if you're gonna, because she's a bat, which I know this is gonna be interesting how I'm gonna do this. I don't know. We'll see. But she's kind of like more like the power kind of grouping, I feel like. For that, I know that's not what a bat actually is, but the way I'm doing it, that's probably how it's gonna be. And then the fourth group is kind of like the all-arounders, so we'll see. I'm still kind of working out like those groupings, but that's kind of just like one idea I had. I guess I don't have to have 4. Actually, no, I won't have 4. I'll have more. I guess it will be 4. 5. It'll probably be 5. We'll see what happens, but yeah. So he's got like the speed guys because the greyhound, the bird, and the raptor obviously are speedy animals. But here's the marker portion, which honestly didn't turn out too bad. It's actually kind of looking pretty good, especially like with the way I did the Therizinosaur and stuff. All right, here's the fun part with the colored pencil. Ooh. So this one I wanted to kind of have, so since the sun's kind of behind them a little bit, actually, I colored that wrong. Oh well, we'll pretend they moved around. I just kind of realized, I think the sun in this case would be to their left. I think, if I'm right, I don't know. It's fine, it's whatever, what's done is done. Because I just had the idea that when Casey was kind of like coming up and like jumping up to like attack, he would be over the Therizinosaur, or I guess Adam in this case. Again, to kind of give that cinematic appeal, like they are starting the fight pretty much. And then he's kind of like Adam is crouched, ready to go, because he's got those long claws and stuff. Kanan's got her own claws, but she's also got speed on her side, I suppose. I don't know. We were just trying to be fun and entertaining with this. I was trying to like do a little bit more as best as I could. I was trying to make it interesting, just so it was a little bit more like also just some new way for me to like try out some new poses, I suppose. Is also what I was trying to do. Which I guess in a way I kind of accomplished. But I don't know, I still kind of liked it though. I just thought it was interesting to kind of have him crouched, ready to go, just in that fighting position, because I don't really do a lot of that at this moment. Now, Arlathea, my first comic, it's in, I think, like 19, 20 pages. There is a little bit of fighting. I haven't done too much yet, but we'll get into that in the next couple pages. Because I actually have one more comic to do after this, which will actually showcase my original characters, like the first ever characters I created. They will be in the next comic. Arlathea is not the first, or technically the second. But my first one, my first set of characters, like my first character ever was actually a green dragon named Cole. And then I had 3 other characters with her, which 2 of them were horses, another one's a dragon. When I was younger, when I made them, I was really in love with horses because of my mom. So I made horse characters. So they're actually going to be here. So you'll have to stay tuned for that comic if you want to see what that one's about. It's called Quest. So there's that one. But these guys are probably, I guess, technically the newest story of when I was creating this, because I have 3 groups of 4 animals, and I was like, I actually want to do something else. But I also have like mini comics is what I call them of all 4 showing, which I have on here as well, because I got my 4 myths, my 4 dinos, and my 4 normal animals. So they're all involved in little minis. They're separate minis, but they're there. They all have their own little mini comics if you want to go look at those in between me trying to do this. I try to get them out once a month. Just because they're kind of like small and simple, like they're not anything crazy. But if you're interested in seeing a little bit more of the quirkiness and learning about them, you can feel free to watch. I don't even know where I was going with this. I kind of just started trailing off and now I don't remember. But I guess with the shading, again, what I was trying to do is like, I was trying to have like Casey kind of run up and kind of put the Theriznosaur in shadow. And then pretty much he would be backlit for the most part. Like, I feel like he wouldn't be completely in shadow because he would have like some parts, I feel like, in the sunlight, because again, they're about the same size. But then I would have Casey a lot more backlit, because to me at that time I wasn't thinking properly. But the sun would be like behind him. That's why I'm like, I guess they could have moved around, I suppose, when they were doing this. Because again, I was not thinking about where the sun placement was. But I guess we'd also say like the sun's behind the building now, like where the announcers are, I suppose. Like, I don't know. We're just kind of come up with random things to explain the decisions I made. But I feel like overall, though, it still kind of worked. Like, I still kind of got the effect I wanted a little bit. But that's, yeah, so I was trying to focus on having him backlit, just to kind of give that effect that there is, the sun is, like, behind him. Just to kind of give him more, like, a little bit more of a dramatic approach and feel to it. While he's kind of, like, jumping at him and they're fighting. Not gonna lie, though, the next page, I actually do get away from this, and we get to, like, the main characters of the story. Haha. This is just kind of like the intro, like the beginning of it, I suppose. Just kind of giving a little bit of a backstory before we get to theirs. In a way, not really. But, you know, just a little something interesting. Just kind of starting it out with actually showing you what's actually gonna happen, or like what it's about kind of thing. So that's what we have going on here. But I feel like overall it actually like kind of worked a little bit. Not really. Yes, no, maybe so. We'll have to work on it some, but I was like, let me just try something a tiny bit different than what I would normally do, and this is what I came up with. So in a way, it worked. But, again, it's just something I'll have to work on for the future. I was just trying something different, and just trying to make it more of that dramatic, cinematic approach with it, because that's what I had in mind when I was making this, and I was like, well, that kind of makes sense just to do it this way, so... But yeah, I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. But we'll see about the future of what I can do. Because I'm sure eventually I'll make it a little bit better over time. Especially if I do more of like the fights and stuff. Like, I'll get better at like trying to figure out what is actually like supposed to happen. How it should look. Trying to get that feel. And then like the coloring wise too. And get that worked out. But this is the fully colored thing. I still have to like re-outline it and color in the background, but that's what it looks like colored in with the pencil. And then we will get it smashed over to the final reveal and end this off. So I kind of hope y'all enjoyed my little talking segment, because I don't really know what I said half the time. But here it is all finished. I mean, it's not too bad. Again, I was having so much fun with his colors. I was like, let's just be weird. I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Casey was a little more thought out though, because I have a particular image with him. So I kind of had to be a little more careful with his stuff. But that is the end of this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hit that subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you.